And welcome to a Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station. And we're the station that feeds your brain. And I'm your host here, Dr. Anthony Gantt, here for another show to help you do something, help you be in your self-help experience. Again, we are the station that says we feed your brain. I'm going to do my part during this episode to help feed your brain on the things that we're going to talk about. And before we get started, if you're watching us right now on YouTube or IntellectualRadio.com, or if you're listening, when you get opportunity, if you can go to YouTube, IntellectualRadio.com, and hit the subscribe button there, as well as hit the bell so you can be notified of all the shows we have going on here Sunday through Saturday. We have relationship shows, we have spiritual shows, community activist shows, entertainment shows, business shows, coaching shows, a plethora of shows here at IntellectualRadio.com. And the shows are all recorded, so you can go back and look at them as often as you like. 10 years worth of shows, so you can know, if you know the host and know the name of the show, you can go look at all the shows here, from present hosts as well as past hosts, and present shows as well as past shows. So we'd love for you to do that. And if you've done it already, we want to say thank you for doing that. Again, this is the Greater You show, and this is a self-help show, self-help class, self-help coaching session, and a self-help book club, all wrapped into one. And so that's what this is. So we're going to talk about a particular subject. We're talking about money now. And the name of this particular session is How to Get Better Financially. And this is part 3 of this series. So before I get started into the series, I am going to promote some people. And if you'd like to get promoted on any of the shows that I do here on IntellectualRadio.com, you can just contact me at fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com. That's fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com. And we can discuss the possibility of promoting your business or your product here on one of the shows I have here. So the first person we're going to promote this on this show is Mr. David Coleman. He's a physical fitness trainer, and physical health and fitness have always been a sought after goal and a paramount goal to achieve. Mr. David Coleman will guide and provide structure and accountability for you and your fitness routine. Oh. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. All right. Okay. So yeah, Mr. David Coleman, physical fitness trainer. Physical health and fitness have been and always been a sought after goal and a paramount goal to achieve. Mr. David Coleman will guide and provide structure and accountability for your fitness routine. He will help you with your fitness goals and improve your overall well-being. He will also help you with your self-discipline, focus, and most importantly, consistency. If you or anyone you know is looking for someone to help you in a step-by-step process to get to the next level in your physical fitness, contact Mr. David Coleman at 312-459-2408. That's 312-459-2408, or david.coleman08@gmail.com, david.coleman08@gmail.com. You also get a free consultation by mentioning that you heard about Mr. David Coleman and his business here on a Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com, on an iHeart station as well, with the host, Dr. Anthony Gantt. Next person, Ms. Mikey Graves. She's a credit specialist. Do you want a need to increase your credit score? If so, then you should contact Ms. Mikey Graves at 773-392-4600. That's 773-392-4600. Currently, over 70 million Americans have less than perfect credit. Ms. Mikey Graves teaches financial literacy in all 50 states. She would love to help you improve your credit and financial situations. It's not just credit restoration. The program Ms. Mikey Graves is part of includes many services such as power of attorney, wills, trust, credit identity, theft protection, credit attorneys, and much more. For more information, again, you can contact Ms. Mikey Graves at 773-392-4600, 773-392-4600, or Graves Realty Chicago at gmail.com. That's Graves Realty Chicago at gmail.com. You will also get a free consultation by mentioning that you heard about Ms. Mikey Graves and her business here on a Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with the host, Dr. Anthony Gantt. And the last person we'll promote before we get started is Miss Juliet Samuels. She's a healthcare consultant. She's in charge of Excellent Home Care and Consultant LLC. They have a twofold concept that provides solutions for home health care. They're not an agency, but a referral service where the savings are passed on to you and they consult on how to get home health care services at limited or no cost. Excellent Home Care, Excellent Home Health Care has done all the legwork for you to help you with you and or your loved one find and get the health services that you need. Excellent Home Health Care will help alleviate some stress from a stressful situation. You can contact Ms. Julia Samuels at www.ehhccs.com or info@ehhccs.com or 888-435-4777. That's 888-435-4777. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll also get a free consultation by mentioning you heard about Miss Juliet Samuels and Excellent Home Care and her business here on the Greater You Show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartStation with your host, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt. So if you want to get promoted on any of the shows that I do here on IntellectualRadio.com, again, you can get in touch with me at fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com, and we can talk about it. I get back in touch with you, and we can have a conversation in regards to it. So let's get started. If you're new to me and new to IntellectualRadio.com, I always do a recap of what we have went over previously. Again, we are in part 3 on how to get financially better. And every time we do a series, we're based on one of the books that I've written or in the process of writing. And this particular book, More Money, and we're talking about how to get better financially. So we're talking about money. And the first session we came from out of lesson 2, from the book. And we talked about how important it is to have a budget and what a budget is. And simply a budget is only saying what came in and where did it go after I touched it. Right? That's all a budget is. The government uses a budget. Your schools are using a budget. That's all a budget is. How much money came in? When the school said $5 million came in, and the budget said, well, all the money went this way. Paid teachers this, paid the custodians, staff this, we did this, planted flowers. So that's what a budget is with you as well. What came in and where did it go after I touched it? So that's the beginning of helping you get financially ahead, because you need to know where the money goes. If you don't know where the money goes after you touch it, then it's going to be pretty hard to put yourself in a good situation. So we talked about that. And that's session 1. Session 2, we pretty much talked about how you had to understand the difference between an asset and a liability. And we talked about an asset. Traits of an asset is they do one or two things, or maybe both. They either go up in value after you buy them, or they produce income for you after you purchase them. Or they can do both of them at the same time. That's the best of both worlds, right? A liability does the opposite. They go down in value, or they take money from you. And the worst of both worlds when they do both of them at the same time. So we need to understand what an asset and liability is, so that we can actually put ourselves in a position to do things like pay ourselves first and things of that nature. But we got to know that difference first. And I know at one time in my life, everything that was going out, with the exception of expenses, were pretty much liabilities. And the first syllable in the word liability is lie. See, so what's what end up happening? You end up lying to yourself, thinking that you have the fanciest car, the biggest house, or whatever you have, but you have all these liabilities. And with all those liabilities, you put yourself in a situation where you have the ability to lie better, but you don't have any assets. So nothing's going up and nothing's bringing you any income because you got a bunch of liabilities. So we want to change that narrative for ourselves if we want to get financially better. So those are some of the things we kind of talked about in the first 2 sessions. So we came from lesson 6 in the last session. We're going to come from lesson 8 from the book in this session. So we're going to talk about some things. We're going to put this together. So I'm going to pull some things back from the last session too as well. And we talked about some things about what we're going to talk about today is, if you ever heard the term like making money, right? And if you say that around anybody, boy, I mean, they usually perk up and like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, making money, right? Very seldom if you talk to someone, if someone hears the statement making money, do they, get all upset about it, right? They get interested. What are you talking about? Because in our life, we need more money. And there's nothing wrong with understanding that money is important for what it's needed for. because from the time you get your first job at about 16 years old, if you start working at that age, if you start working at 20 or whatever the age may happen to be, from the time you start getting your first income check or for money from working a job or a business, you're gonna have to deal with money for the rest of your life until you get up out of here, right? So money and you're gonna have to deal with that. You can say, well, no, I'm retired. I'm 65 years old. I'm 72 years old. Every month or whenever you get your money, you still have to deal with money. You still have to pay for things, pay for expenses, pay taxes, on things. You still have to put gas in your car. You have to pay for that. You have to deal with money. You might still all have a mortgage. You have to pay for that. You might be paying rent. You said, well, I'm moving to a senior building. Well, you still got to pay there. So whatever it is, regardless of who you are, you're going to have to deal with money. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to worship money to have it, right? However, you still need to understand how to work with it so that you can have more of it, right? So that's important for you. So sometimes people try to shame people because they made some financial mistakes. I made a ton of financial mistakes in my lifetime. I know a whole lot of other people made a ton of financial mistakes in their lifetime. But sometimes people, when they get into the financial business or industry and they've done 2 or 3 things right for 2 or 3 months in a row, they start beating up everybody else that's not doing that. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you get financially better. And, even if you say I'm broke, like I stated in each session, anything broke can be fixed. You can fix a broken financial situation. However, you got to do some things and know some things to do differently in order to make that happen. So when we talk about making money, unfortunately, people don't understand the difference between making money and earning money, because I'm going to make some money and they're going to their job. There's nothing wrong with a job. But they confuse making money, even if they have a business. I'm going out and make some money, right? I got to go out and make some money, make the donuts, whatever they want to call it, right? So they have to go out there and make this money. But when you look at the word make, several ways of emphasis of the word make is originate, build, generate. That's what making. If you look at your check stub, it doesn't say makings on it. It says earnings, not makings, right? You're not making money going to a job, going to work to get money. It's not making money. That's earning money. If the only way that you can make money, you have to generate, originate, or build something from money. In other words, if you're not making interest, you're not making money. Make money, and interest is really making money out of thin air, right? So let's put it this way. Let's suppose you went and got a loan for a car, house, but whatever. And you said, well, it says $1,000. Let's use that for a small number. And they said, well, I'm going to charge you 10% interest. And what they just did, they just added $100 out of thin air. They just made them $100 because they charge interest, right? Well, what ends up happening for a lot of us, because we have a lot of liabilities, we have a whole lot of people making money off us, right? The car company making money off me. The house people making money off me. The credit card making money off me. Everybody making money off me. The title loan making money off me. The payday loans. Everybody making money off me because they're charging me interest. And I'm not charging anybody interest for anything. So I'm not making any money. I'm just going out earning money. And then I'm going out there putting myself in position so people can make money off me, right? And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just telling you how the system works. So you have to get to a place where you need to start making money. And if you're not making interest, then you're not making money. And you can't confuse going to work for a job or going to work on a job saying I'm going to make money. Those are your earnings. You have never seen that on your paycheck stub. You never seen it on your income tax returns. It never says makings. It always says earnings. And that's okay. Don't confuse the two, right? Because if you confuse the two, usually people that confuse making money with earning money are the same people that confuse a net with a gross. Those are the same people that confuse an asset with a liability. People that live off their gross income are the same people that live off liabilities, are the same people that think they're making money going to work for it. That's not how it goes. People that actually live off their net income and people that actually buy assets know that they're out there making money, not earning money, and calling it making money. So let's look at it like this. Let's suppose, I know I don't look like I'm a farmer, but let's suppose I was a farmer, right? And I put I had these 2 cows, a male cow, which is considered a bull, and a female cow, right? And I threw them in the barn, closed the door, and the female cow and the male cow, they had sex, right? And the female cow gets pregnant. Now, here's my question. Do you think the female cow gonna birth a frog, or do you think the female cow gonna birth a mosquito? Now I know you're saying that's pretty ridiculous, man. Come on, now the cow is gonna birth another cow or a calf, which is a baby cow. Got you. You're right about that. All right. So I moved to the city, right? I took off my farmer gear and I moved to the city. And I got these two dogs. I got a male dog, female dog, and I throw them in the backyard. You know, female dog, male dog have sex. Female dog gets pregnant. My question to you: would she birth a giraffe, or would she birth an alligator? He said, "Come on, man. That's just silly as the last statement you just made, right? She's not going to birth a giraffe or alligator. She's going to birth some puppies. Oh, baby dogs. Okay, small dogs. Okay, great. All right, man and woman get together, and they meet somewhere and get together and all this stuff, like each other and all that. Then they gonna have sex. Female get pregnant. Let me see. Would she birth a bear, grizzly bear, or would she birth a butterfly?" He said, "Come on, man. Come on. No, that's as silly as the last two. She's gonna birth a baby, a human, right? Okay, I'm going somewhere with this, right? So this is a universal principle, right? Universal, right? It goes with everything. And that principle is everything produces after its own kind. Everything does mean everything. See, I kept mixing up. I had a problem with that years ago. I kept mixing up everything. I didn't know what everything really meant, I don't think, right? But everything means everything. So if you put money with money and it get intimate and have sex, so to speak, money gonna birth more money. So when people say, man, don't take money, make money. Oh, yes, it does. It takes cows to make cows. It takes people to make people. It takes dogs to make dogs, cats to make cats. You got to put them together so they can mate. If money never mate with money, then money won't actually birth more money. So in other words, the scenario I just gave is the mating process, right? Well, you have to learn how to mate your money with other money, right? Now, someone said, well, don't take money to make money. No, it may not take your money to make money, right? But some money got to be involved and got to get intimate, so to speak, so it can birth more money. If you never put money with other money so it can get intimate with it, so to speak, then you're not going to actually be in the process to make money. So in other words, if you don't MATE money, you can't MAKE money. So this is why making interest on your money is so important, because in order to make interest, you got to put your money somewhere so it can get interest on it. And that interest is how you are making your money or producing more money just like it. See, a little puppy is a puppy. We call it a little puppy, but eventually the puppy grows up and it's a dog. The little calf turns out to be a cow, right? The little baby turns out to be a person. Well, see, I raised two kids, right, from the time they popped out the womb until they got big enough. They said, "Down, I'm gone," right? So I raised them till they got to adults, so to speak, right? And you know what? The more I kept feeding them, the bigger they got. I fed them when they were this big, when they 5 pounds, 6 ounces, whatever, right? Next thing I know, they were 12 pounds. Then next thing I know, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, right? And 100, they just kept growing. And the reason why they kept growing is because I kept feeding them. That's what happened to you and I. Somebody kept feeding us. Then we kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Some people get bigger than others, but the process is you keep feeding them, you get bigger. Well, that's how it is with money. See, once you start putting money with money, what you're doing is mating it, but you got to keep feeding what you have done in this process. So that makes you a money breeder. You need to breed money, but you have to put money with other money so it can mate, MATE, so you can make MAKE money. And the more you make money, the more you can make money. And this is what happens to a lot of us. We don't put our money together with things because we're financially behind. You don't know about this stuff. See, I didn't learn this at 15 years old, 12 years old, and all that stuff. Hey, this wasn't stuff we talked about in my house, my neighborhood, right? Everybody went out and worked a job and everything, and then you say, hey, can I get some ice cream? And they said, no, we ain't got no money for no ice cream. Right? No. Don't ask for no ice cream, right? Because, you wear those shoes till the rubber fall off the bottom of those things, right? That's kind of where I live, right? However, so no one talked about mating money. I found that out after I got into some financial situations, and I'm in a bad situation, can't figure out what's going on. And then I found out one thing that I didn't do at all because I didn't know how to do was how to put my money with other money so I can make some interest, so I can make some money. So in other words, if you don't understand this concept, then you will put yourself in a bad situation. You'll always be on the back end of this thing while people are making money off you because all you'll be doing is paying interest on everything you have. So you won't own anything. You own everything. So we don't want to own everything we have. We want to own everything we have. Now, I know sometimes we can't own everything we have, but the objective is for us to get financially better is to go at OWN, own it, right? Not OWE, own it. We don't want to do that. Maybe we have to start doing that for a minute, but we can't live 20, 30, 40, 50 years owing everything. And then 40, 50 years later, we don't have anything. We don't own nothing. Why? Because we owed on everything because we didn't know how to MATE money. So that's why we couldn't MAKE money. And that's why we couldn't own anything. So that means that I have to have a different mindset and start looking at what I have going on. And, we talked about paying yourself first and, trying to, you may have to start with $5 or whatever you have to start. That's why you start there. But the purpose of paying yourself first is to put you in a position where you can MATE some money. Because if you don't have any money to make, then you don't have any money to make. So you have to actually make the money. So you might have to start with $20, $100, $50. You might have to start there, but you're going to keep feeding these things so they can get bigger, right? So let's look at children, for instance. In actuality, children can't birth babies until after they hit puberty, right? When a child hits puberty, male or female, that's really saying that they are in position that they can reproduce, right? And sometimes some of your money is small when you start mating it, and it's not ready to reproduce, right? You take $100 and it made you a few cents, made you $2, right? Made you a couple of dollars, right? It's not big enough yet. That's why you have to keep feeding it so it can eventually get big enough so it can go out there and make with some money so it can make some babies too. You might have to start $100 and make you $3, but then you get up there, now you're at $1,000, now I made you $100, right? So now you're going up, but it's taking a process, right? But you have to understand, I got to switch all this mentality from owing on everything, all these liabilities I have. I got to pay some of this stuff off, right? I got to get rid of some of these payments that I have going to liabilities. Now, I don't mean just not pay. Now, I'm not talking like that. What I'm saying is that I got to pay some of this off so I can take that $50 that I was using for that credit card bill or that $100 I was using for this, and I can start diverting some of that money so I can buy me some assets so I can make MAKE some money because I'm putting that $100 somewhere where it's MATE, mating, so it can make me some money. So then we have to understand this rule, and you need to understand this rule, right? It's all about getting financially better. And the rule is the rule of 72. And the rule of 72 is you divide an interest rate that you're getting off money. You divide that interest rate into the number 72, and it'll tell you how many years your money would double using the compound interest effect. So let's use that for an example. Suppose you're getting 6% on your money, right? You put somewhere and you're getting 6%. And you divide 6 into 72, you get 12. So that means you had $1,000, you got 6% interest, and every 12 years, it doubles, right? So in 12 years, it's 2,000. 12 more years is 4,000. 12 more years is 8,000. Okay, I know that don't sound like a lot, but I'm trying to help you understand the rule of 72. So suppose you are a financier and you're charging people 24% interest rate on the money you loan them, right? So 24 going to 72, 3. So they loan you $1,000, and every 3 years, they money double. So 3 years later, they had, 2,000. 3 years later, they had 4,000 and so forth. So you can see the people that have getting the most interest off their money is doubling quicker because of the highest interest rate that they're receiving. If you're getting a little interest, 1, 2, 0%, then your money is not doubling at all. Now, it's doubling very slow, I should say. But if you're not even putting it in a situation where interest can be made, then you never doubling your money. Your money is always going to be $1,000. It's never going to get over $1,000 because you're not putting some of that money near some money so it can actually make. So you have to understand the rule of 72. So anytime you're trying to make some money, you have to say, how much interest am I going to make off that money? And you have to do this on the other side too. How much interest are they charging me? They charging me 12% interest. That means they just gave me a $10,000 loan, or just say, for instance, I buy a car, and they tell, well, you know what, we're going to charge you 12% interest, right? So, okay, all right, that's what y'all charge me, yeah. So, because, your credit not all like that. Okay. So, 12% interest, they just loaned me $20,000, and within 6 years, because they gave me a 7-year car note, right? In 6 years, they doubled their money. They got $40,000 off the $20,000 car. After the 7 years, I done paid the car off or whatever, the car only worth $3,000, right? You know what I'm saying? So they made all this money. They doubled their money in the same allotted time. And I got a liability that I eventually became an asset, but I spent $20,000. I spent $40,000 really, and now the car worth $3,000, right? So that's a liability. Now after I pay it off, it's my asset of $3,000. But it took me 7 years to get a $3,000 asset. I could have did something else and got a $3,000 asset, right? I could have saved $3,000 within 7 years and had, before that, in that little time, and actually had the $3,000 quicker than 7 years. But that's a whole nother story. But here's what we have to look at. So you look at the rule of 72, and that's what you call return on investment, right? That's what it's called ROI, right? That's when you hear people saying things like that. Now, I'm not trying to confuse you or anything like that, but you have to understand some of these basic terms, because if you don't understand these basic terms, here's something for you. The person that's interested in making money charges interest, and the person that's less interested in making money pays it. And one time in my life, since I didn't know anything about that, since I was less interested in MATE money, that means that I was the one less interested. I was paying interest, not charging interest. Once I started learning how to MAKE money or MATE money, what ended up happening is that I started charging interest on my money by investing, right? Now, again, you can start where you had to start. I had to start at $25. That's why I had to start. Now, I know some of these big time people, they've been rich all their life. And, they've been financially straight all their life. That's not my story, okay? I had to start with $25, and I was hoping I could have that $25. That's how bad my situation was. Like, oh, hope I can have this $25, right? Because that's how tight my situation was at a time in my life, right? So you have to understand these things like the rule of 72, return on investment. So this gets you to a place you have to start thinking like a bank, right? And once you start thinking like a bank, everything will start shifting for you, because you're thinking differently than what you normally would think, because of the fact you're thinking like a bank. Now, what do I mean by that? So let me tell the story. I like telling stories. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I guess you can call some of the stuff I do on this show story time, right? But so let's suppose this little old man came up to you, and little old man said, "Hey, give me $50 on Sunday, and on next Friday, I'll give you your $50 plus another $50. That means you get $100. Now, when I do this in seminars and workshops and everything, I ask people, and some people say, "Oh, no, I wouldn't give him $50. I wouldn't trust him." And some people say, "Yeah, I give him $50, see what happens." So Friday show up, and the little old man come to you and say, "Here's the $50 you gave me, and here's another $50. Boom. Now, what? I made $100 in less than a week. Man, that's what's up. So then he comes back to you that following Monday after the weekend and say, "Listen, man, give me $50 again. And then by next Saturday, the Saturday coming up, I have $50." And say, "Listen, man, give me $50 again. And then by next Saturday, the Saturday coming up, I have $50 plus $50. You said, "Man, this thing worked one time. I'm trying it again." Right? So you give him $50 on that Monday. Saturday show up. He walks to you like clockwork. You say, "Here's that $50 you gave me, and here's the other $50 to you." Like, "Man, I cannot believe this." So now you're really excited, right? Because you cannot wait till this guy show up. Like, when you start asking, "Man, when you coming back?" when you come back, man? Well, I mean, you start thinking like, "Man, maybe he do more than one. Instead of $50, maybe I give him $100, $200. Because, man, this stuff is like the gold mine." So you waiting on him to come back. So you come back again the following Wednesday and say, "Man, give me $50 again. And then I come back next Monday and give you 50 plus 50. Now, what would you do at that point? You had 2 successful days. I mean, he doubled your money. Most people said, "Man, I give him another $50, maybe 100, maybe 500, right?" And then what would you do after that? Most people say, "I just wait on him to come back next Monday." Now, see, here's how you start. He had to start thinking differently. This is what you do this time. See, you give him the $50, then you follow that little old man and see where he's going, right? Because apparently, for him to bring back your 50 and give you another 50, he had to make some money in that process. See, that's $100. He had to bring in maybe $101, $120. He had to make him some money somewhere to just be doing this, walking away from me with my $50 and coming back, time and everything. So you follow this little old man, because you want to see what he's doing. Maybe he's doing something illegal. You don't want to do what he's doing. So you follow him. He's doing everything he's doing is legal. But you find out that this old man with your $50, he makes $250 for your $50, but he bring you back the 50 plus 50. So he walk away, pretty much $200, right? Off your $50. Now, here's what I mean. This is why you have to think like a bank. You have to think like a bank. You got to follow what the old man is doing, see what the old man is doing, so to speak, like the bank, big investors. You see what they're doing, and then you bring that down to the scale where you live. Now, they may be investing $500 million, $100 million, $50 million, $10,000. You said, man, I don't have a $25. Well, you take your $25 because they're using the same philosophy I'm sharing with you. The rule of 72, return on investment, right? So they're using the same thing. So if you put your $25 in the same place, another person put their $10,000 and the return on investment is 12%, you're going to get 12% off your $25 like they're going to get 12% off their $10,000. 12% is 12%. The amount is just going to be different because of the amount that you put in there, right? So this is how you start following the little old man. And the oldest man in the financial industry is the bank. And now I know a lot of people don't think like that because they think the bank just, have checking accounts, saving, checking accounts and, all these different things. But the purpose of the bank is to loan out money. That's the purpose of the bank. That's why you see that interest rates are down for houses. Interest rates are up for houses. Interest rates are down for cars. Interest rates are up for cars. You need a business loan for your business, because the bank is in the business of loaning money. Why? Because they're in the business of making interest. And then meaning they're in the business of making money, right? You have to think like that too. You and I have to think like that. Why? So that we can make us some money off the money that we have. It may not be as big as much as the bank has, but we all have something to help us make some money. Now, let's put it like this. Now, I told you that you're a money breeder, and really, you have to make some money babies, right? That's what you got to do. You got to put your money with some money so you can make you a couple of dollars. Make some money babies. You got to keep feeding so they can get bigger, so they can start doing what their mom and daddy did, right? They need to produce. This is how we become. You start off as a child, then chances are you become a mama or a daddy. Then you keep living for a little while longer. You become a grandma and granddaddy. You keep living a little while longer. You become a great granddad. You keep living. You great grandmama. All these different things, right? Because of the fact that these people are reproducing after their own kind. Well, that's what we have to do with money. We have to put it in situations where it reproduces after its own kind. So let's suppose I got another story for you. I think I got a couple stories because it's story time on my show, I guess. So here's something for you. Just suppose you went to you needed a job, right? So, man, I don't have no job, man. I'm out of work. Man, things ain't looking good for me, right? So you go and say, I'm going to go and look for a job. And you go to this one company or you call or you send your resume in and they said, listen, we're not hiring. Now, my question to you, are you going to start crying, fighting and everything? Why y'all not hiring? You should be hiring. No, you know what you're going to do? You're going to walk out of that place or hang the phone up or get off the internet and go to another place and see until somebody is hiring. This is what money does in our life. Every time money comes into your life, it's asking you, are you hiring? Do you have a job for me to do? And most of the time, we say, nope. But the grocery store does, right? And we take that money, right? We give the money, our future employees, we give them a ride to their next job, right? And we say, listen, I don't have a job for you to do. I know you just came in my life. You asked me, was I hiring? No, I'm not hiring. So money will leave your life and go to somebody else's life who's hiring. This is why you have to think like a bank and you have to start thinking about, I need to make some interest. Now, making interest is how I make money. So here's another thing for you. On the planet, pretty much every woman on the planet have the parts to birth a baby. I didn't say they will birth a baby, but you can't be a man birth a baby, right? Right. But a woman have the parts to birth a baby. That doesn't say every woman on the planet will. Well, that's like your money, right? All your money can't make money. Some of your money got to pay for food. Some of your money got to pay the light bill, the gas bill, the house note. Some of your money have to pay for things, right? So all of your money can't be out there making money. However, some of your money can be out there making money. That's why I said you might start with $25. You might have to start with, $50. You might have to start at that place. You might have to start, I'm going to say $10 every month for 3 months. Then I'll take that $30 invested in something that I can make some interest, right? Now, again, just because you invested $30 does not mean that you're going to make 300 million, right? That's not what it is. You're trying to find out what's the interest rate on the things that I'm actually investing in. And if you don't understand those things, see, this is how a lot of people get scams. I've been scammed before. I don't know if you've been scammed before. I've been scammed before, man. People sold me a bunch of good stuff like, man, you be rich overnight. Overnight? What? I got to get in, right? Because I've been scammed before. When I was younger, man, all you had to say, I can make $1 million by Friday. I act like I got a little patience. So I take my check on Saturday, but man, I'm in there. So I'm getting scammed out of my money because I don't understand things like how money works. I don't understand the rule of 72. I don't understand all that thing. And the people that's scamming me know I don't understand, right? So they just scamming me like they scammed the next person, like they scammed the last person. They doing the same thing. However, once you understand how money works, and once you understand how to do certain simple things with your finances, the days of being scammed will be done. Because see, people that know how to scam people get people that's in desperate situations, and that makes us easy. It makes it easy for us to be con. Because look, I'm in desperate situation. I need some money. I mean, I'm behind on stuff. And if somebody can sell me something about getting rich overnight, I gotta look at it. I gotta get involved with it. I gotta give you my last $500. Why? Because I'm in a dire situation. I don't understand how money works. I don't know how to make money. I don't know how to do all those things. So now I got scammed out my money, and then now I'm mad at myself again. And this is what happens to a lot of us because we simply don't have financial intelligence about money. And that's okay if we haven't been taught that. Mama maybe she didn't know. Maybe daddy didn't know. Grandma and them didn't know. Hey, a whole lot of people probably didn't know what's going on. But that does not mean that I have to go the next 50 years not knowing how to handle money, because I'm going to deal with money for the rest of my life. There's not going to be a day after I start earning money that I won't have to deal with money, or a 30-day period or a 2-week period. I'm going to have to deal with money until I get up off this planet. I'm going to have to mess with it. So since I'm going to have to mess with it, I need to know more about it. I need to be more intelligent with it. I need to make me more money with the money that I have, because I can't make money until I have some money to actually put into the mating process. So when you understand things like that, so you're thinking like a bank, you have to start thinking like the lender and not thinking like the actual borrower. That's why you can't try to own on everything. Own this, own the car, own the house, own the shoes, own the dress, own the suit, own the hat, own the coat. You own everything. You can't own everything and get better. You have to look at it as, okay, I want to make some money. Like if you ever looked at gas prices, and I did this one time. I said, man, I'm pumping gas one time years ago. And I'm like, whatever the gas was at the time, I don't know, 199.9. And I'm looking up there, 0.9. Now, keep in mind, I've been pumping gas for a while at this time, I'm probably in my mid-20s, 30 years old maybe. And I just happen to be looking like, 0.9? What is a 0.9? Right? Because people ask you how much gas costs, you say $2.29. But that's not what it is. It's $2.30 a gallon. Come up here, 229.9. You cannot walk in the gas station and say, listen, I want 1 gallon of gas. I'm gonna give you $2.20, I'm gonna give you $2.30, and I want my 0.1 of a penny. They said, man, we don't have no 0.1. The lowest denomination of money is a penny, right? We have no 0.1. But said, wait, it says 229.9. So you charge me a 0.9, they made money out of thin air. I mean, like, because I'm running around saying 229 a gallon. 229 a gallon, and it's 230 a gallon. But that's what happened because they're more interested in making money than I was, right? So I didn't see that type of stuff, right? Wasn't paying attention to those type of things. So I put myself in situations, not just with gas, because there's nothing I can really do about that because I don't set the gas price. I need gas in my car, right? But on all these other things that I'm doing, I don't realize that people are nickel and diming me the whole time. I'm not mad at them nickel and diming me, but they're more interested in making money because they're interested in making interest, and I wasn't that interested in making interest. The person that is more interested in making money charge interest, and the person that's less interested in making money pays it. So if you look at your budget and you got a list and everything on there that's not just not an expense, everything on there is stuff that you actually that's paying interest on, you're not interested in making money. You can say all day, I'm interested in making money. That's why I work. That's why I got 3 jobs, right? That's earnings. You got to take some money out of those 3 jobs so you can do some makings. You need to make some money, and those are things that we have to do. So we have to get into things like investing, right? We have to understand that investing is a thing that we need to do. If we don't understand that investing is something we need to do, guess what? We probably won't invest. So let's go back a little, because we said we need to make some money, right? We understand that I need the MATE money so I can MAKE money, right? I got to think like a bank. Cool, I got that. So that means I have to learn how to invest. Now, this is something that's probably going to help you out a whole lot. No, it helps me out a whole lot. So the word invest in the Latin is the same word that we get. It means to clothe in, CLOTHN, right? So in other words, or surround. So in other words, your investments is really nothing but your financial wardrobe. I remember years ago, my financial wardrobe was empty, right? I didn't have anything in my financial wardrobe. So I guess, man, I'm on a roll tonight. It's another story for you. So look, let's suppose you invite me out, say, hey man, we're doing a barbecue at the house next Saturday, about 2:00. Come on out, to the barbecue. And I said, no problem, I'll be there. So I come on out there and I got this black tuxedo on, right? And you're like, man, we invited him. He came out with this black tuxedo, right? But, hey, we having fun. You're going to welcome me in. Come on in, man. You kind of worried about me, like, man, why you come with a black tuxedo? But anywho, so we have fun at the barbecue. You say, Lo, hey, man, check this out. Yeah, there's going to be a basketball game going on. We got tickets. And we got an extra ticket for you. Meet us at the stadium, about 7:00, right? And you get on in with us because we got a ticket. So we're going to enjoy a basketball game. I said, man, no problem. I'll be there. So 7:00, you see me, man. I walk up to you and I got my black tuxedo on. You're like, what? This dude got a black tuxedo at the basketball game? But you know what? You like me. You think we cool. So, hey, you say, come on, man. Come on. You kind of wondering, you talk to your significant other, like, man, this dude always come in a black tuxedo. But hey, he's a lot of fun to hang out with. Hey, he want to wear a black tuxedo. That's his thing. So, we have a good time at the basketball game. We leaving the game. Say, listen, check this out. Hey, man, we're going to be at the beach next Saturday. We're going to do a beach party. And showing up, man, we're going to be out there from like 12:00, till it get dark. Okay. I said, man, I'm there. I'll be there. And when I show up there to the beach, I got on my black tuxedo. Oh, my God. It's funny just thinking about it. Right? But so I'm having my black tuxedo on again. And like, man, this is where we go. He always wearing the same black tuxedo. So here, let me see, can I make a point here? What ends up happening to a lot of us, we have one investment. And when things happen in our life, all we do is say, I got my 401k. I got my 401k. I got my 401k. I got one stock in this company. I got a savings account. And all we do is run around with our one suit on, our one thing, and we got a flat tire. What is your 401k going to do about a flat tire? You need that fixed now. What is your, I got a 401k. Yeah, but you know what? We need some more groceries. But I got a 401k. You can't go up to the counter and say, listen, you know how much money I got in my 401k? They're going to say, that's wonderful. How you going to pay for these groceries? Right? This is what we end up doing because we don't understand that we need a financial wardrobe. We need more things in there because that's how we're clothed in our finances. And if we don't understand things like that, it's going to be hard for us to actually do some things financially. So now I'm not thinking like a bank because I'm not thinking like a lender. I don't have a financial wardrobe. I'm not thinking, I'm walking around my one thing that I'm sold on, right? Whatever it is. I got real estate. I got me a 2-flat building. I own me a 2-flat building. That's wonderful. Can we fix the flat on the car? No, I don't have any money for that. Well, why not? Don't you have to? Because I got a 2-flat building. Don't you understand? I got a 2-flat building. Right? That's wonderful. But see, everything does not work for every situation. This is why you need a wardrobe. See, when I went to the barbecue, I need to have on a barbecue outfit, so to speak. something that could lounge in so we can barbecue. But when we went to the basketball game, I needed something different. When we went to the beach, I needed something different to wear. See, the black tuxedo was good if I had went to a black tie affair. See, but what we don't do, unfortunately, because we don't know how to have different things in our investment. It's called portfolio. We don't know how to have different things in this thing to meet different situations that we may have in life. So since we don't know how to do that, we run around with our one thing. So now, because I don't understand these things, it's hard for me to talk to a financial person and say, this is what I want to order, right? I'm making this order. I need this, because I need this to happen for me in 5 years, this to happen for me in 10 years, this to happen. My kid going to graduate out of school. This going to happen. My grandbaby going to do this. And then, I'm going to do this and all this stuff, right? We don't know how to put this together, so to speak, and give someone orders, so to speak, on what to do help us with our finances. So what we have a financial planner or financial professional, and we have these people, well-meaning people, but they don't know what we're supposed to be cooking up. So we walk into a restaurant and they don't know we're vegetarian. So when the chef cook me a steak, I get mad at the chef. Why you cooking me this steak? I'm a vegetarian, right? How he supposed to know I'm a vegetarian? You have to place an order and say, I want all vegetables, right? But if we don't know what happens with finance, we don't understand the rule of 72. We don't understand return on investment. We don't understand thinking like a bank. We don't understand these things. We can't put this together for ourselves. So when we talk to financial professionals, we don't know how to set something up and say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I'm trying to do in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. We don't know how to do that because of the fact that we don't understand some basic things about finances. So one reason why we don't understand that, for one, we're not taught. Secondly, we got a lot of people that are confused. They make finance so complicated. And I shared with you in session 1. If you know how to do math, addition, subtraction, and multiplication, and a little division, you know those things. Now, you don't have to be no mathematician now. You don't need to do all that. Like, I need to know what y squared, but no, you don't need all that, right? You just need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You know how to do those things, you can manage your money better. But if you don't know how to do those things, then everything gonna seem so complicated. Now you're gonna say, forget it, I'm not doing nothing. Or you're gonna think you got something going on because you got one outfit and you're trying to make this one outfit fit every situation that you have in life. And that's just not how it goes in the real world. So if you want to actually do better financially, then you have to understand that I'm in the business, again, not all my money. I'm in the business of trying to make some money. I'm trying to make some money, babies. That's what I'm trying to make some. I'm a money breeder, right? And again, you may not be a money breeder like the richest people on the planet, but you know how to put your money with money so you can make you some interest because you're more interested in making money. Remember what I said several times already. The person that's interested in making money charge interest, and the person that's less interested in making money pays it. And you want to get out of the side of paying on everything or owing on everything so you can get on the other side of owning more things and then people paying you. That's what you want to get to so that you can get into some makings. You can't take all the money, but you can't take some of the money and put some of the money aside so that you can help, so it can help you make some money. I said a whole lot there, say a whole lot. So my time is running down. Let me promote some people. And if you want to get promoted on the show, you can get in contact with me at fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com. And, I send you my information so we can talk about it and see what we can do for you in regards to that. So first person I'm going to promote, this is, before we close it out, Miss Mikey Graves. She's a credit specialist. Do you want or need to increase your credit score? If so, then you should contact Miss Mikey Graves at 773-392-4600. That's 773-392-4600. Currently, over 70 million Americans have less than perfect credit. Ms. Mikey Graves teaches financial literacy in all 50 states. She would love to help you improve your credit and financial situation. It's not just credit restoration. The program Ms. Mikey Graves is part of includes many services such as power of attorney, wills, trust, credit identity theft protection, credit attorneys, and much more. For more information, you can contact Ms. Mikey Graves, and Mikey is spelled Mikki, Graves at 773-392-4600. Again, that's 773-392-4600, or Graves Realty Chicago at gmail.com. I spelled that for you. G as in great, R-A-V as in Victor, ESREALTY, Chicago at gmail.com. You'll also get a free consultation by mentioning that you heard about Miss Mikey Graves and her business here on the A Greater You Show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with the host, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt. Next person would be Mr. David Coleman. He's a physical fitness trainer, and physical health and fitness have been and always will be a sought after goal and a paramount goal to achieve. Mr. David Coleman will guide and provide structure and accountability for your fitness routine. He will help you with your fitness goals and improve your overall well being. He will help you with your self discipline, focus, and most importantly, consistency. If you or anyone you know is looking for a step by step process to help you get to the next level with your physical fitness, contact Mr. David Coleman at 312-459-2408, 312-459-2408, or david.coleman08 at gmail.com. That's David, D-A-V-I-D, dot, or period, Coleman, Coleman08 at gmail.com. You will also get a free consultation by mentioning you heard about Mr. David Coleman and his business here on A Greater You Show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with the host, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt. And the last person we'll promote this evening, Miss Juliet Samuels. She's a healthcare consultant of Excellent Home Healthcare. And Excellent Home Healthcare and Consulting, LLC, has a twofold concept that provides solutions for home health care. They're not an agency, but a referral service where the savings are passed on to you and they consult how to get home health care services at limited or no cost. Excellent Home Healthcare has done all the legwork for you to help you and or your loved one find and get the health services that you need. Excellent Home Health Care will help alleviate some stress from a stressful situation. You can contact Ms. Juliet Samuels at Excellent Home Health Care at www.ehhccs.com. That's again www.ehhccs.com or info at ehhccs.com. Again, info at ehhccs.com. Or you can call 888-435-4777, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. You will also get a free consultation by mentioning you heard about Ms. Julia Samuels and her business here on A Greater You Show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with the host, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt. And again, if you want to be promoted on any of the shows that I do here on IntellectualRadio.com, you can be anywhere, obviously, in the United States of America, because I have listeners that's all over. So even though you may be in a state, you may say, well, I'm not in the same state where you are. That does not mean I don't have people that's listening to me in the state that you are in. So, and some of your businesses can be transferred. You can use in different states as well. So get in touch with me at fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com and then we can talk about it. I'll send you my phone number and we can go from there. So to close out, let me do a recap. Again, we talked about how you have to invest. You got to actually know the difference between making money and earning money, right? You want to make money. In order for us to make money, we got the M-A-T-E money so we can M-A-K-E money. We got to think like a bank, right? The person that's more interested in making money charge interest, and the person that's less interested in making money pays interest. And we want to be on the side where people are paying us, not on the side where everything that we have is paying other people, right? So we need to make interest. We got to look at it that we need a financial wardrobe, right? We need to understand what works, and we need to understand the rule of 72. Take the interest rate that you're getting, divide it into the number 72, and tell you how many years your money will double using the compound interest effect, right? So your money is compounding on itself every day. That's what compound interest, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next session. But those are some of the things you need to know about your money, and you need to think like a bank, like I said, and you need to actually think about making money. You know, everything produces after its own kind. That's money too. You put money with money, it mate, it get intimate, have sex, whatever you call it, and then it will produce some more money. And your job is to keep feeding it so it can get bigger enough so it can hit puberty, so to speak, so it can do the same thing as the money before it has done. So I said a whole lot. I do appreciate you looking. I mean, you could have been doing anything, looking at or listening to anyone else, and you decided to look and listen to me, and I do appreciate that. Don't take it lightly. So as I close, as I always do, keep in mind that great people like you have been born great. However, by working on yourself, that will help you become a greater you. And I'll see you next time.